straight back up. We're going down.
Well, that's a good start. Welcome to T-Boys TV and
we're going down. Post sports.
And
Brom on tour.
There we go. We're back again with another championship show. Bit of a late one today, but we are back with another one. Obviously, a review for obviously the game week 5, and as you can tell, Lewis is very very happy about his result during the weekend. Very, very buzzing, mate. The pre-drinks, you know what I mean? He was the pre-drinks this weekend. Hopefully, we're not that in 2 weeks' time. We got Plymouth away. But anyway, let's get straight into it, Lewis. Your game was the first game, so we might as well get into that. And that was obviously Friday night. Oh, okay. He's already changed the banner to "We're going down." Well,
we're
Lewis,
going down. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. Welcome straight back up. Welcome straight back up.
You forgot the apostrophe next to the E and the R.
I don't care. I don't care.
Anyway, me and Harry predicted it. You predicted it, but we got it spot on. You didn't quite get it spot on. You were confident, Lewis. You were going to score. I mean, you had more than enough chances in that first half before they scored. You did. But I watched the game.
We apparently had 4 shots. I don't fucking remember 4 shots.
But you had a free kick that the keeper tipped over the bar. People in the chat, right? Back me up on this. They had a few chances before they scored. Lewis is a salty because they don't know how to defend. They don't know how to go to the gym. And they get bodied off the ball too easily, both times. Saying the second one's a foul. The guy didn't even fall on the floor. You know what I'm saying? He's just not strong enough. Kiefer Moore just went, nah, fuck that. I wanted to stay in a good team in Yorkshire, yeah? Not crap team. And that's what happened.
Thank fuck when he go. He's fucking shit. He's shit.
Well, he nearly scored, didn't he? He nearly scored.
He's shit. He's awful.
Yeah, he's awful, but
he thought he could chip Pandora from 40 yards out. He went fucking straight into his club, the shit cunt.
Well, he nearly scored. If it weren't for your defender with the vital block, he would have scored. But anyway, talk to me about the game then.
I don't want to.
Well,
we're shit. They're decent. Tim Waller can get sacked. Marvin Mellem, you can get fucked. Never take a short corner again. Don't leave your subs till like last minute. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, short summary. But Harry, you predicted Heyman's score, and he did.
Absolute limbs. I'm just looking at the table on my TV now, and Hull's sitting exactly where I've predicted where they're going to finish at the end of the season in 20 seconds. And it's looking absolutely fantastic. And Lewis is going to enjoy.
That's all he needs to say.
Lewis, that'll be you out of the championship. You know, if you carry on playing like that, you'll be out of it. You know what I mean? There won't be no championship show. Not of Hull anyway.
No, we'll have League One for instead.
Well, enjoy doing that. Enjoyed finding a new set of League One fans to do that with.
But yeah, as I was saying, that's that. Sheffield United knew they'd win 2-0, and they did. Got it spot on. Me and Tyler got it spot on, as you said, Tyler. And yeah, there's not much to say other than Hull of shit. And Sheffield United marching on, possibly to automatic promotion spot. So yeah, they've got their form back now. Time to go into their next game in Hull away at Stoke next weekend, which is looking absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, the only positive, obviously, won't get into it too much, but the only potential positive for you, Lewis, even though you haven't won yet, like all jokes aside now, is they're very inconsistent. So it might be your opportunity. You never know. I mean, you know, you said to us before we went on here, even though you are, you know, in the mud, you're not playing great, you still haven't won. You are confident, and that could be your first win. I mean, they're a bit inconsistent, so you never know. But obviously, we'll get into that nearer the time. But Lewis, any final things you'd like to say on your beloved Hull?
We're going down.
I told you so. I told you so.
But yeah, no, there you
You just enjoy losing to the Sheepshanks tomorrow,
go. Oh, I was about to say what you're referring to. Yeah, I know now. But yeah, there you go. Short summary on that one. Lewis didn't want to get into that too much. But yeah, moving on to the next one. Again, a lot of 12:30s again. 3 on the Saturday again. The first one we'll get into the one that majority of people would have watched, and that would have been Leeds versus Burnley. Now,
Yeah.
going into it, we said, I said a Leeds win. I just thought being at home, the last 2 games they've had, I thought they'd maybe, get a result against the Burnley side, who weren't great in the 2 games leading up to that. Obviously lost to Sunderland, an informed Sunderland, but then, obviously drew to Blackburn. Quite fortunate to get a draw, in my opinion, in that game. So I thought Leeds, getting a bit of momentum, they'd win the game. I mean, they had a great chance right at the start of the game. Sloppy from Burnley, to give it away, and Leeds should have really scored that, to be honest. To go 1-0 up. I mean, they had enough chances, even though I don't like him as a player. Trafford did do really well in this game, and he did get them the vital 3 points. I felt 3 massive saves from him in this game, and this is why everyone thinks Burnley will win the league. Majority of people anyway, because they go to places like this, which is not easy. They don't even concede. They grind out the win, and it's another team that a lot of people would have put in the top 2, like we said going into it. So great win, clean sheet, no complaints really. If you're a Burnley fan, is there, Harry?
Great performance, great win, and Hannibal Medjbury stole the show, celebrating in front of the Leeds fans, which was absolutely amazing. Shithousery as usual from Hannibal. And yeah, I mean, I predicted a Burnley win, not got the score spot on, but I did think they would win. I thought, I think there a stat where they hadn't won at Leeds for a while or something as well.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah, so I've just thought, and it was time they'd win there and that they'd bounce back, and just had that feeling, don't know why. But yeah, Burnley, you look at the team, it's just full of basically the Barcelona of the Championship.
Pretty much. And it's crazy to think that, because the amount of players they've lost as well, still got good players all round. It's like, does it even really make a difference?
Literally, mate. And if they don't win the league, it's pretty embarrassing, really.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Again, they've got a manager, haven't they? Scott Parker, very experienced at this level. So, again, that's another reason you can't really knock back them to do that. You think about it, they've went to, Kenilworth Road and won 4-1. They've scored 4 goals there. They went to Leeds, like I say, it is a team that you would put up there, whether you put them in the playoffs or automatics. They are, a team you'd definitely put in the top 6. To go there and not even concede, for me, is the main thing. So fair play, to bounce back after their, 2 not great results, and fair play to him, really. Like I say, Trafford, I'm not biggest fan of him, as a Luton fan, like a lot of us ain't, but he done well in that game, and he was a massive part of them getting them 3 points. So you can't really complain in that aspect. But yeah, shout out to Burton Albion on tour. Big up to yourself. From Harry's shout, there we go. Come on, big up to yourself, mates. But yeah, we'll just move on to the next game, because I don't know how long Lewis is going to be. And we will go to the Luton game. We finally won a game, guys. Away game in 2024. Obviously, I did a watch along. And going into it, I mean, I was actually sort of close on my prediction. I said 0-0. I knew they wouldn't score. I just thought it'd be one of them games. 7 of the last 10 games against Millwall have been draws. And it is a draw-heavy fixture. Based on that, I thought, going to their ground, they'll be buzzing after that win. Did the international break come at the wrong time? I wouldn't really say so. They still, caused a bit of threat, especially in that second half. First half, we were brilliant. First half was very similar, in my opinion, to the QPR game in the first half, in the sense of how dominant we were. Obviously, we got the goal. Mengi, what a goal. Some of the goals I've seen this weekend has been absolutely ridiculous. That for a centre-back, outside the box, first time, no deflections or nothing. To go straight in, was unbelievable. Apparently, he's been doing that in training as well. So, we had an idea. And, when you look back at the goal, the amount of players that were near the box as well, doing that, preparing to maybe take on that shot was great to see. And that's what we need to start doing more. And I was saying it a couple of weeks ago. I remember I said, why do we not try and take pop shots, from outside the box? We have got the players that are capable of scoring goals like that. Clark, obviously you've seen that Mengi can now do it. I'm sure Walsh can do it. He had a few good opportunities. As David said in the fan cams, amazing, absolutely unreal, Liam Walsh. And I'll tell you what, if he stays fit, he is going to be some player for us. Every game he's come on in, obviously this was his first start, but every game he's come on in, he's impacted it. Harry, we were at Preston, he massively impacted that game, or at least tried to anyway. And he's just deserved to start. It's just the injuries was my only worry with him, because I know a lot of the teams that he was at previously, especially Coventry, and Swansea, that they did rate him. It was just his injuries which held him back. But the way he's playing at the moment, absolutely unreal. Nakamba was back in, so it gave him the luxury to go forward and Nakamba be one of them, sort of holding, defensive midfielders like he is. Good to see him back, playing in the league. And yeah, everyone's back, bar 3 players. It's absolutely crazy. So when everyone is back, we are going to be firing on all cylinders for me. And, we're going to be in a very good position, because then when you think about it, right now, the only players we've got out, I don't really count Krul because Shea signed another year, so he's the backup anyway. But the likes of Brown, he's going to be massive when he's back. Him and Taylor will probably chop and change in games. Might even both come on at once. I can't really see Woodrow coming on as much going forward. You have the likes of Kraus back as well. We thought he'd maybe be back for this game, or, have his debut in this game, shall I say, but not quite, a few weeks away. But when we got him back, it's more option. Didn't even have Baptiste or Walters featured in this game. Walters obviously had the illness. So I think, didn't want to proper risk it, even though he was training. I don't think he's 100%. And then Baptiste, I'm not too sure where he was, but a lot of people saying this sort of game didn't really suit him. And I hear what they're saying, because Millwall, the more their sort of physical side, it's good to have a player like Nakamba back to put him in, do that dirty work essentially. And then have someone like Walsh who can, be in front of him, do, the luxury stuff and that. But yeah, like I say, Millwall put a little bit of pressure on us in the second half. Ruddock nearly cost us again. The only reason he come on was because Baptiste weren't, available, or not available, but he featured in the squad, so that's the only reason. But you can't be doing that sloppy pass. Kaminsky unreal in this game. What I will say is distribution not great, but again, I've always known that his shot stopping is unreal. And he saved us in this game twice. With that save with his foot, unreal save. And then obviously the save right at the end from the corner. So, Millwall, they were putting pressure on us. You expect that, them being at home. They have got good players. Obviously, Watmore is joint top goal scorer so far in the season. But you've got to take that. Rob Edwards, he weren't too happy in this post-match. I totally get it, because we didn't play great. But however, I like to get the 3 points. And I like to see that, though, from him, because we haven't really seen that previously. Sort of, let it off the hook, especially last season. But again, that's a bit different, because we are playing like the likes of Man City, Liverpool, etc. But, he's sort of more on it now. And I think a lot of that links in with the way he wants to play. We were doing sloppy stuff at times. Like there was a time Kaminsky played it to Elijah, and, he shouldn't have passed it to him, because he put him right under pressure. But yeah, overall, you've got to take that 1-0 against Millwall away. You got to take that, definitely, and hopefully now that'll kickstart us going into the season. For me, we got a good game that we have a very good chance of winning on Saturday, at home, back at Kenilworth Road, try and get the home form going. And then from there on in, we've got some difficult games coming up. Plymouth, who obviously got a win, we'll get into that later. Then we've got likes of Sheffield, Oxford at home. That won't be easy. Sheffield United away. So we've got some difficult games coming up for the next international break. But hopefully now that'll give us a lot of confidence and stuff like that, really. But Burke, shout out to him quickly as well. Unreal. That, the 3 games since he's come back, he's been unbelievable. And again, he's another one. If he can stay fit, because that's his only worry, then he'll definitely be starting for us. If he carries on like that, like Blackpool away vibes that game gave me when we won 1-0. Just the defensive display in the second half, everyone putting their body on the line. And to be fair, even after Ruddock had done that stupid error, he did actually do all right, to be fair to him. So you got to take it, man. 1-0. Hopefully that's a kickstart now. But yeah, Tida Mengi, great strike. Great win for the Hatters, wasn't it, Harry?
Yeah, mate, just got a negative and a positive. So the negative is, why couldn't Mengi do that at Preston when we went?
That's true. He had
the
the closest chance, didn't he, at Preston, to be fair?
Literally. And the positive is we can finally say that Lewis's Hull have not won a game at all and Luton have won. So, yeah, that's a positive. And it was a great performance from Luton in a way, obviously not the best, but it's all about the result in the end.
Oh, there we go.
Lewis just rattled. But yeah, Luton finally got the win. I think it was all about the win, really, to be honest. Finally get that first win, and next game was winnable. The one after that, I don't want to say too much.
Yeah,
because
don't this time.
Because in my head I've got a feeling what's going to happen, but I'm not going to say it. And yeah, but all round, Teed and Mengi brilliant and good 3 points.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Lewis, did you see any of the game at all, or any highlights or anything?
No, I had the stats earlier. The stats said it looked a bit even, but from what it sounds like you was a little bit dominant. But
like I say, second half they were on us a little bit, but first half, yeah, we were so dominant, yeah. But it was more so because of our errors, like giving them chances and that, like sloppy passes and stuff. Like I say, the Ruddock one was awful. It's absolutely terrible, mate. It's a sloppy pass. I think he tried to play it to Walsh, and then they intercepted it, and then 1-on-1 with Kaminsky, and great save. I thought they were going to score. But yeah, as you were saying, mate.
Yeah, great goal by Thingy, Tina Mengi. And then, yeah, finally get a win and see what happens from there. Well, it would be typical Luton to go to lose Sheffield Wednesday, I can't say it.
Oh, it would be, that's the thing. Because I remember like I say, I don't think we'll go up this year personally, but I think we'll finish higher than maybe I said at the start of the season. But I remember that season we were so bad at home compared to away. Away, I think we were like the best team away, if I remember correctly. Or we're definitely in the top 3 anyway. And then at home we weren't great. I remember we were so slow starters at home. We didn't win until Blackburn. 2-0. That was a great game, to be fair. Reece Burke scored a great goal outside the box. I remember showing one of my mates. He's never watched Luton before. I said, "Watch this game. We're gonna win today." All right, and we actually did. So yeah, it took us a while then, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's a good opportunity now, getting that win. Like Rob Edwards said, it's not. He weren't too happy, but I get it. I get it. But at the end of the day, we've won. And I like to see that from a manager. You've won, but he's not being like previously. It'd be quite lenient on the players, in my opinion. But now he's sort of like, he don't call out individuals, but he says we weren't. You could just tell by his face. If you watched it, and he weren't. He didn't have that energy that he usually has, sort of thing. But again, a lot of pressure's been on him. Not necessarily of him getting sacked, but just pressure on him as if we didn't win, it could have had a lot more pressure on him because, we still haven't won a game. But we have now. So, yeah, man, happy, very happy with that. Definitely, for sure. But, yeah, moving on to the next one. Oh, well, actually, Lewis, get your thoughts quickly on the Burnley versus Leeds game, or Leeds-Burnley, shall I say.
Left foot in, left foot out. in, out, shaking all about. We're doing the Coliosa and we turn around. That's what it's all about. Oh, Coliosa. Oh, Coliosa. Oh, Coliosa. Knees bent, arms stretched, rah, rah, rah. Oh, what a day. I mean, we got bad for, but it's not the point. Leeds lost, and that's the best thing that's happened to me this weekend because, well, actually, that's a lie. We did just win 9-1 against Bristol, but the rest of the sport, well, yeah, we're going to talk about. Well, no, it looked like he was fairly dominant by Leeds, just couldn't score, and that's just what makes us happy because no one likes Leeds, just ourselves.
Well, there you go. But yeah, moving on to the next one. Game I did get spot on, and that was Oxford beating Stoke. Now, Oxford, you have that feeling really, didn't we, going into it that they'd definitely win. Just due to the fact of, well, me and Harry did. I think, what do you say, Lewis? A draw, maybe, if I'm correct?
2-1 Oxford, I think, yeah.
Oh, bloody hell, I'm thinking of a different game then. But yeah, no, this game, it was one where, I knew it'd be quite tight, but I just thought Oxford at home, being how they have as well, they'd make that home form count. Stoke are quite inconsistent. So, I had that feeling. And they got the goal, decent build-up play. And they had a few chances to make it even more, to be honest. Even Kioso, former Luton player, had a go at the end. And I was a bit surprised how far up he was actually for that. But yeah, they had a lot of chances to score more. They were quite dominant, I would say, and they definitely deserved it. And fair play, they've done really well at home. And again, like I say, we've got them in, 2 games time from now. That's gonna be a difficult game. I'll tell you that. So credit to them. Harris didn't quite score again, but he still made an impact. He still tried to make things happen, and they'll be very happy at that. Coming up. They are getting the results, especially when you compare it to like Portsmouth, for example. They're not quite, yeah, they're not quite getting the results. Whereas now, you're seeing Oxford are, especially at home, they're making it count. So credit to them. Great win for them, wasn't it, Harry?
Great win. Momentum keeps going. Good goal, good win, solid win. Boring old Stoke, just being boring as usual and not winning. So yeah, and Lewis sent here right now, but Stoke versus Hull is going to be an absolute great showing, and Hull are going to lose 1-0.
Oh, Friday night again, so Lewis's team could be the pre-drinks again. You know what I mean? So it's not looking good. It's not looking good for them guys. Oh my god, honestly, it's actually peak for them. But yeah, just remember, guys. Lewis said going into it, they will score definitely. So next time, whatever he says for Stoke, because I've got a feeling he's going to be confident for some reason. Click that up as well. But yeah, that's that when it comes to that. Moving on to the 3:00 games. The first one we'll start off with Swansea. Oh, you like this one, Harry? Swansea beating Norwich. Own goal from Norwich quite early on in the game, to be fair. And yeah, I'd say Swansea were a better team. Norwich had a few chances. Sargent should have probably done a bit better. But at the same time, Swansea had a lot of good chances. Could have scored more. Good win for Swansea. They'll take that definitely. No complaints. I thought their number, I can't remember what number he is, 15 or 5. I can't remember from the top of my head. Centre back. He was unreal in the game. Let me double check his name. But yeah, he was really, really good. I'd probably say he was the man of the match in the game. I just thought some of the, he'd done a clearance off the line. There's a moment where Norwich were in. Yeah, number 5, Cabango. That's it. Moment where they were in. He done really well to win the ball, and it's a great win for them. It's a hard fought point. You don't really know what to expect from Swansea this year. I mean, a lot of people say they could be in the conversation, for the playoffs, a late push maybe. But I don't know. I mean, it's a good win though against the Norwich side, who, again, they've been a bit hit and miss if we're being honest. But they were before that. The last couple of games they weren't doing too bad. Won their last game away at Coventry, so it's a good win for Swansea. I'm sure you like that one when you saw that, Harry.
Oh, it's brilliant, mate. Norwich only won one game so far this season. And predicted 1-0 for Swansea, bang on the money. And the Swans went home happy, and Norwich went back to Canary Land all crying, which is just absolute limbs. And hopefully it all continues for Norwich in that season. They keep losing and drawing. But yeah, great win for Swansea. Of course, I think before that, before the international break, they got a draw against Cardiff, which they weren't going to be too happy about in the end, probably, considering how bad Cardiff started. But they bounced back, and that's the main thing. And Josh Sargent, who is the motto for this weekend. And yeah, Norwich keep going to shit. 15th in the league, only 2 points off the relegation zone, and I predicted them to come 23rd, and hopefully it comes true.
Oh, that'll actually be mad if some of these happen, like a hole in that you predicted actually happened. Oh my god, that actually be jokes, to be fair. But no, I do hope they do win their next game though, because they do have them guys down the road. So I hope they do win that one, to be fair. Or at least don't lose it anyway. Do you know what I mean? I cannot stand them talking about that. Hopefully Sargent, he has a good record against them. So hopefully he keeps that going. Remember when they were in the Premier League and he scored that, remember that sick goal he scored? So yeah, hopefully that happens again when it comes to that. But we shall see. But yeah, moving on to the next one, which is them guys. 1-1 draw with Coventry. I was close. I said 2-1 Coventry. Coventry did get an early goal. And what I will say, right, about Watford, as much as I hate to say it, they have had a decent start to the season. They do concede goals early. I remember when we was at that Preston game, Harry, obviously Luton fans singing, Watford, get better, they were in a goal. And I thought we were just singing it for fun, like we do sometimes. Comes up 5 minutes later, they've conceded, in like the early minute. I can't remember what minute it was in that game, but it's very early. This game, in the first minute, to Sims from a corner, it's quite end to end. I'll be honest, from what I saw, it's quite end to end. Both teams had chances to probably win. Coventry did think, they won. They hit the post right at the end of the game. Good chances for both teams, like I say, to win. So probably based on that, probably deserved to be a draw. Because it was very, very end to end. I mean, their goal, people will probably say I'm just saying it, but again, it's good play, but I think it's avoidable. No one's marking him. A player that scored, which weren't great. It sort of reminds me of the goal we conceded against QPR. Different in the sense of, it's not a full volley in that, but just a sense of how he's got space. It was quite similar. But yeah, it's a draw. I mean, would Coventry take that, you reckon, Harry?
I think maybe based on how Watford started, yeah. I mean, I predicted 2-1 Watford, but draw, I weren't surprised. I was thinking, because I think I put 2-1 Watford. I was just thinking, like, if someone was to win, I thought via form, I thought Watford would have won it, but it's a good draw. It was good Watford goal, can't lie. But yeah, just one of them, to be fair. Not much to say about it other than Coventry remain shit. Only won one game, just like Norwich, so that's absolutely fantastic. And Lewis comes back to remembering he's still got no wins. But yeah, that's that.
Oh, Lewis getting cooked. Yeah, just quickly on that game, I watched that. That was probably one of the worst North London derbies I've ever watched in my life. Honestly, that was shocking. And the annoying thing is, I was doing this bet right, and I was actually going to put 1-0 to Arsenal, because on some of them you can put correct score, and I was going to put it, but then I was thinking as it got closer to the day, Tottenham will score, but Arsenal will still win. Nope, Tottenham gassing up all them injuries that Arsenal have, and they still couldn't score. Terrible, absolutely terrible, mate. They ain't winning nothing yet again. But there we go. Literally, mate. That's what I say about them today, definitely. But yeah, Lewis, couple of games while you was there. So did I say the Oxford one to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so it's the other games, which is obviously Swansea Norwich. Your thoughts on Swansea? Big win for Swansea. 1-0 win against Norwich. Own goal from Norwich. Swansea Swansea deserved to win it, in my opinion, definitely. I think they had better chances. definitely. And Swansea Norwich were quite. I mean, Sargent had a good chance, but other than that, yeah, Swansea deserved it for me.
Look, I was looking at the stats. That's what I'm working on this week. I haven't had a chance to even look at anything. It looked like kind of even game. It looked like Swansea had the better of the chances. Obviously, their own goal. I don't know if it was unfortunate or what, but no, I think Swansea will take it. I mean, I know people said no, it's just we're having a great season, but still be up there. But it just doesn't look like they'll do anything this season at the minute. Obviously, losing Jonathan Rowe was pretty big.
Fantastic.
And they just don't look the same. And it just looks like they won't be going up. And well, you never know, they might go down, but I can't see that.
Going down, Norwich City. Going down, I say.
Yeah, so there you go. That's what Harry thinks. That's what he said since the start of the season. So yeah, there's that one. And then the other one we got onto was Watford Coventry. Again, like I say, didn't watch highlights, but do you think based on the stats and that? I mean, looking at the highlights, I'd say it deserves to be a draw. One thing with Watford though, as much as they've had a good start, I hate to say it, but they have. They do concede early goals, and that could be a worry, especially if they play. Yeah, especially if you play like Burnley, for example, Burnley or someone up there. I think that might cost them. Just in the sense of that will, especially away at Burnley. Yeah, it's a bit of a worry, but they probably it deserves to be a draw. Both teams had chances to win, but draw is probably fair. It's quite a very end-to-end game.
Yeah, so I was looking at this other stat feature. It looks fairly like an open game. Looked like both of them had plenty of chances, but the killer edge weren't there for some reason, and I think a draw looked like it'd probably be fair. I think Watford probably be a little bit disappointed especially with how it started. Coventry, well, they need to win, but I think they'll probably take it considering how they've started. It's good to see Ellis Sims actually score for once. But yeah, I think it's probably a little bit of frustration on both sides, but it looks like we're about fair.
Lewis, mate. Watford. Are you looking forward to Watford away?
Sorry. I put a sign up, but some they still don't think I put a sign up, so it's like knocking on the door. Even though I put the sign up. Anyway, yeah, as you were saying, sorry, Harry, about Watford.
Oh, Lewis is going to enjoy Watford away.
Well, Watford
are going to go away to the Canaries next weekend and get a 1-0 win. Come on.
Oh, no.
I don't know what it is. I think it's
Sargent to score against Watford.
I think it's midweek, so I don't think I'll be going.
Oh, don't blame me, mate.
And Lewis, just for a little teaser, yeah. Stoke 1, Hull 0. That is actually my prediction for that game.
Ooh. Well, anyway, moving on to the next game, which Harry did predict. You and Hanno, me and Lewis.
We don't care about Harry. Harry's gone forever.
Oh.
Harry's been ambushed.
That's nice, isn't it? That's just positive. Anyway, one game that he did predict, Lewis. We didn't predict it right. We thought Sunderland would keep that momentum going, but they didn't. And that was obviously against Plymouth. Plymouth winning 3-2. Goal right at the end to win it. I mean, very good game to watch as a neutral. I mean, if you're a Sunderland fan going all that way, that's not so fun to concede in the last minute. But I mean, credit to Plymouth. They've got off the mark. We did think it was probably, well, obviously Harry did and Hanno did, but I thought personally it would come at some point, just not quite in this game. I thought it'd come at Stoke. Remember when they played Stoke at home, I thought it'd come in that game, but I thought we've had how Sunderland have been. Yeah, I knew it was going to fall off at some point, but I didn't think it would be this game. But credit to them. Whittaker scored a goal, very powerful that they couldn't keep it out, essentially. He's been getting close the last couple of games anyway. Obviously, he did score against QPR away as well. But yeah, probably deserved it. It was very, very end to end. Again, another one of them games, but they've got off the mark. That'll give them a lot of confidence now. And hopefully for them, not necessarily for me as a Luton fan, because I believe we're their next home game potentially, unless they're playing at home again this coming week, which they're not. They're playing West Brom away, so we're the next home game. Hopefully for us, it's not give them a bit of a confidence going into them home games, from our end of things. But a great win for them. They've got off the mark, and can they keep this going now is the question. I mean, they've got very difficult away day next, which I can't see them winning. Early prediction, not score, but they got West Brom away, so I can't see them winning out of how West Brom are playing. But then again, Sunderland were on really good form, and they beat them, so you never know if you're basing it on that as well. But yeah, great win for Plymouth. And Harry, I'll take the floor, mate, because you said they'd do it.
Lewis? Absolute fantasticness. Rooney ball work, just as predicted. And it was a great winner. Absolute Plymouth limbs behind that goal that you saw as well once that goal went in from Edwards. And yeah, great win. I thought when Sunderland took the lead, I thought, oh God, here we go. But Rooney was like, you know what? Let's do this. And they've done it. So great win. Plymouth back on the bounce. And even now Plymouth have won a game. So yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. And Sunderland, I thought they'd have a blip and it would be this game. I was right, but they need to bounce back now. And it'll be interesting to see how they now do from that defeat.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It ended for Sunderland, didn't it, Lewis?
Somehow, yeah, somehow. I don't use it. I can't see him in League One.
Well, actually, I was about to say no, that won't work. I was about to say I hope Sunderland win the next game, but it's the game after they got Watford, so hopefully they win that one. But they got Middlesbrough. That's a derby, innit? That's a derby, so that's going to be quite an interesting one. Sunderland are at home, so maybe that could potentially make a difference, but we shall see. Early kickoff on Saturday, so I'll definitely be having a little look at that one. I won't be able to...
Saturday. Oh yes, I've got to go watch FC for the last time this season. Thank fuck.
Yeah, well, I'll be watching the town. Come on. No, I was about to waffle. I was about to say first time. What am I talking about? Third time live. Anyway, that's that when it comes to that. Moving on to the next one. Sheffield Wednesday.
I can't say what I'm going to say. No. Okay.
I'll let you say what you were going to say, but you just said no.
All that needs to be said is what were Harry and Hanno smoking? Smoking facts.
Well, I mean,
we
have always said no. We have always said if they are to stay up, then it will be down to home form, and it's proved again, really.
Oh yeah, I'll totally agree.
Can't see anything this weekend, but like you said, at home, like next obviously is Luton, but I don't know. I feel like
could be a banana skin for us, definitely.
They can be a decent side. Well, as a sure men, but I'd hate to be a Sunderland fan traveling 14 hours for that. It's like, nah, I'd rather not.
Yeah, it's a bit of an annoying one for them because obviously they played Portsmouth last, didn't they? Which is obviously another team down South Coast. But if they weren't at international break, a lot of them probably would have stayed around that area. It's a bit further down, but
Plymouth will take it, but it's about building momentum. I mean, I'm not sure if they will, but we'll have to see.
Yeah,
I feel like Plymouth are going to beat Luton 1-0. By the way.
Well, if we don't score a goal like that, I'll be fuming about that.
I think.
You'd have thought that was me.
I think Tyler will allow that one.
Oh, well, Harry, mate, just on the week, yeah, because we should be getting tickets for that tomorrow, right? Do not be saying all this madness. Away end limbs. Because last time it was not no limbs, bruv. There was nothing. The best limbs was that guy shouting whatever he was shouting. Do you know what I mean? That was the best. Especially that far. That's even further. You know what I mean? Oh my god. Jeez. But yeah, we shall see about that. Moving on to the next one. Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday QPR, as I was saying. Obviously, who Luton have got next. Drew 1-1 against QPR. That goal, by the way, QPR scored at the end. How the hell was the ball in the box with that many people for that long? You know, it's absolutely crazy. What a goal from Barry Bannon, by the way, though. I've always rated him as a player anyway. But what a goal, you know, acrobatics, crossbar and in. You know, from that moment in, because, you know, it's a bit later on in the game, you know, you're thinking Sheffield Wednesday, you know, they might do it. But no, it wasn't to be. Very scrappy ending. And QPR, I'd probably say they'd be the happier side, even though that, you know, they did win last week at Kenilworth Road, which is, you know, a good win for them. I just think at the same time, with how the game went, you know, especially if Sheffield Wednesday getting that goal when they did, you know, they'll be the more fuming team, I think, especially with them being at home. I think they have to, they're another one of these teams where they have to make their home games count, because I think they will be in and around the battle. I mean, a lot of people said they've finished mid-table, but I think especially the way they've started, you know, they've been poor since the opening day. So I think they will be in and around it. You know, I'm watching a lot of their games, and I think the way they're conceding goals as well, you know, they're playing too much of a high line. It's risky. You know, their attackers are missing good chances as well. You know, it's not looking too great for them, if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, I'd say QPR with a happier side with that, based on how it went. But I couldn't believe the ball was in there for that long. Oh, it's absolutely crazy. But I think QPR will be the happier side, Harry?
I think so. I mean, they celebrated like they just won the Champions League at the end, but you know, which was pretty embarrassing to say the least. Typical QPR boring club. But yeah, it was a scrappy goal, but they loved it, as shown on the celebrations. And Bannon, mate, got a good goal.
Player, always rated him, always, man.
Good goal. Sheffield Wednesday. I think they'll be disappointed, to be honest. It's a big game, and I think don't like to revert back to it, but I think due to QPR winning against Luton, I think they would take that draw in the end, to be fair. Because if you said, like, if you reversed it and they got a draw at Luton and won at QPR, be like, and won at Sheffield Wednesday, sorry, then be like, oh, we'll take that. So it's not that bad when you think about it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And for them, what's that now? I think they're unbeaten 3 in a row. In all, like, if you obviously including that League Cup game as well. So they are doing well. Looks like they probably, you know, will. Again, it's very early, but they're showing signs that they could finish a lot higher than a lot of people anticipated. Unlike Sheffield Wednesday.
QPR and Sheffield Wednesday won a game.
Lewis, mate, it's not great, but yeah. What do you think of that, Lewis? You think Sheffield Wednesday getting that draw?
They're probably frustrated, especially about how they conceded that last minute goal.
Honestly, it was shocking. Man. I couldn't believe how long it
absolutely. How is even? I don't even know, but shit happens, and yeah, I guess. But they've won a game, haven't they? And we're just but it's football. Fuck it.
Oh, Lewis, I do feel your pain, mate, because we were like this until the weekend. I do feel
going down, all city.
Going down, I say. Going down. Tim Walter, fuck off back home.
As you can tell, he highly rates his manager.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Nah, but Lewis, jokes aside, you know they will keep him a bit longer. So they got rid of Rossini for him. Yep. So they will give him a little bit more time.
Oh, he'll still be here for Christmas. Guaranteed.
We've not got Liam Rosenior. We've not got Liam Rosenior.
How does he do this Strasbourg? I hope he's doing fucking wank.
Wait, is that where he went? Oh, I didn't even know
Yeah.
that. How long? What is he? He's been there for ages. That's the first I've heard.
Mid-August, I think.
Yeah, that's the first I've heard of it. Shows how much I watch the other leagues, doesn't it?
Hey, you lost 4-3, you dirty bastards. Oh, but you won fucking 3-1. I think I'm going to do him as well. Even he's won a game. Brilliant.
Oh my god.
Boring bastard.
Oh, if Hull go down, mate.
Harry actually called it. He actually called it as well.
It's not even if it's going to happen. If we don't sack him soon, fucking hell. It's like I said before we went on fucking beer. I'd much rather fucking Frank Lampard.
What a season if Norwich and Hull go down. Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Nah, the thing is, Hull FC should go down, but we're not going down, thankfully, because the IMG shit.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. They're, by the way, guys, their rugby team can't get relegated. What's that all about? The aim of sport is to win. They can't even get relegated. What's that all about?
And we are, and to make things even better, we are last now. We are last. With one game left to go, we're going to finish bottom of the league. But we can't go down. Yes! So playing next season, we're having a laugh. We're having a laugh. We're having a laugh. So playing next season, we're having a laugh.
Lewis, your rugby team have jinxed it for you, mate. They're coming bottom but not getting relegated. But Hull City Football Club will go down.
Nothing's good.
Change it to IMG. Change it to IMG because we will be going up.
So Harry, is this what we're saying? The only good thing in Hull at the moment is the food. Is that what we're saying?
Pretty much.
No, the hockey team. The hockey team very good.
All right, fair enough. I don't know.
The 1-9-1 tonight.
Oh, fair enough.
The only other good things is the nature, like looking at the trees and the grass. That's all Hull City fans are doing at the minute on the way to the stadium.
No, the only good thing in Hull is the hockey team and a fucking dirty red and white bastards who live in East Hull.
Anyway, moving on.
Dirty red and white.
Now, Harry, you was close. You was close on this game. You said there'd be some Preston away and limbs. What I will say, as much as they didn't quite win, they will be the happier side, definitely. Middlesbrough is a game they're target to win, especially at home. 1-1. Preston got in the end. Good point, I would say. Could potentially be, a start of a, build on, I guess, for Heckingbottom. Obviously, he's still, adapting to it. I mean, their next game, taking away the EFL Cup, they have got Blackburn, which is a bit of a derby, I think, actually, if I'm correct in saying. A little bit.
Yeah,
slightly.
The Lancashire.
Yeah, so they're at home for that as well. So, I mean, Blackburn are doing well, a lot better than people would have anticipated, but that could be a very interesting game. But yeah, good point for them. Middlesbrough, I don't know what it is with them. Like, again, another one of these teams early on in the season for me that are quite inconsistent. They can have a good result, a good win, but then they'll go to like Derby and lose. They'll draw at home to, even though they started off well, Portsmouth, other than the last two games. You know what I mean? Like, a bit of a inconsistent one. Latte Laffy's still scoring, but not as much as maybe you'd think in games. But good point for Preston. They can build on this, Harry, you reckon?
That's a good point. Do I think they can build on for it in the next game against Blackburn? No chance.
Really?
No chance. But they had some limbs, and it's frustrating because I was actually going to say 1-1, but I just thought for a bit of banter, I'd say Preston win. I mean, the Plymouth one was kind of the same, although I was being serious at the same time about the Plymouth one. That came true, but we didn't have two. But which one would I prefer? Probably the Plymouth one, especially with Lewis's antics saying, "What am I smoking?" But yeah, Preston, a good draw away at Middlesbrough. I mean, looking at the table though, Middlesbrough are only 1 point off the playoffs, considering they've not had the greatest of starts, which is not bad still. Which is quite surprises me actually that they're there, only 1 point off. I think it shows how a bit lackluster is probably the word that a lot of the teams have been so far this season.
Definitely.
And again, it looks like it's going to be a close championship season, apart from the three that are in the bottom three at the moment. But yeah, not bad. Latty Laugh continues. He's doing well. If Middlesbrough, don't get on the rise, he could leave for a bigger move, possibly. I could see potentially. But yeah, Heckingbottom, he's not done too bad since he's come in. Of course, got that win against Luton, and which was a great showing to see. But that was good. And then at a point in Middlesbrough, take it. So it's not a bad start under the reins of Heckingbottom. And again, Preston have actually won a game.
What I was going to say as well, it's much better than their result last week. That was shocking. 3-1 defeat, obviously, to Oxford. So, yeah, it's one of them. What did you make of that draw, Lewis?
I mean, that's 0-0, so I'll get points. I'll take it, I guess.
It's what Hull said a minute. They'll take a point.
It's still bottom, Lewis, like Hull City in the bottom three.
You know what, Harry? Nah, you're bad. You're bad. You're fucking bad.
Sound like my mum when she used to take my Xbox off me.
He's bad. He's bad.
Oh, God.
No, I mean, I said 0-0. It didn't seem like the greatest game in the world, but Preston probably be happy with a point. Middlesbrough probably frustrated. The home form's usually okay, but I don't quite know what's going on there. Laila, does he really want to be there? I don't know.
Who?
Laila.
Oh, God. Say his name again?
Latte La.
Oh, my God. Oh, dear. Am I the only one understanding what he's saying? Anyway, carry on going what you were saying. Someone in the comments might pick out.
Another point, anyway.
That's what I think. Keep going.
He doesn't actually want to. He did. Well, I assume probably don't want to be there because there was a lot of things about him wanting to leave to go to, I think it was Wolves. But yeah, just one of them games, isn't it? Middlesbrough probably frustrated, but it might have been a whole fan right now. I don't understand.
Oh dear. Well, moving on to another game, which the team will be very frustrated, and that was Bristol City losing 3-0. Now, expected a Blackburn win, but not like that. I mean, Bristol City's last two away games have been awful. They've lost 3-0 back to back. Yeah, because they lost 3-0 to Derby, didn't they? As well. Again, I had high expectations for them this season. I actually said they're sneaking into the playoffs, but the way they conceded some of them goals, I mean, don't get me wrong, two of the goals were really, really good, the second and the third goal, but I think especially that first one, what was the keeper doing? Who was he seeing in that pass? It was absolutely shocking. But credit to Blackburn, they've done very well since obviously Schmodek's departure. A lot of people, including myself, thought they'd struggle. I actually had them to go down. That definitely ain't going to happen with the way they're playing at this moment in time. And yeah, two really good goals. Like the first goal, they conceded a joke, to be honest, in the sense of, just what was the keeper doing? It was awful, absolutely awful. Bristol City, they had a few chances. Twine had a chance blocked. Armstrong had a chance, but overall, Blackburn were quite ruthless. Is probably the way I'd say that game was, and they're looking pretty good. They're looking like they could finish quite high. Have a decent, at least mid-table the way they're going. Maybe even higher. They're doing very well. Even their last result, draw away at Burnley, they probably deserve to win it. So massive credit to them. You know, they're firing without Schmodics as well, and they're not conceding an awful lot really. Bar the first game, I can't really think of any others where they've conceded a mad amount. So credit to them. You know, they're doing well at this moment. But yeah, your thoughts on Bristol City at the moment and Blackburn's ruthlessness, Harry?
John Eustace at the helm. Premier League, here we go. They've got a chance. They keep playing like they do. And, I mean, there's one positive for Lewis this weekend is that Bristol have a worse goal difference than Hull.
Yay! Let's go have a part, but they've won a game.
Yeah, they beat Millwall 4-3. That's one game that I know they've won.
But Bristol not looking good. Not looking good. And, I mean, Bristol have always been a bit of a boring club, though, haven't they? Let's be real. Like,
I mean, I thought last year, don't get me wrong, I didn't follow Championship as much, but I thought last year they were all right. I remember when they beat Leicester at home.
Yeah. But not much to say other than Blackburn brilliance and Bristol absolutely shit.
That's one way to put it.
Just the one positive, they've won a game.
Fucking beat Stoke, please, for fuck's sake.
Anyway, Lewis is going to be praying. Yeah, when it comes to Thursday, Lewis is going to be praying, mate. Yeah, they get a result. The way he's
honestly
moving.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Draw at best, but for me, boring game. 1-0 Stoke, they'll nick it.
Jeez.
I mean, I'm not even just taking the match being serious.
No, I can tell by the way he's like, no, I'm not joking. I'm being serious. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. He's. But Lewis, your thoughts on Blackburn so far this season? While you try and find a spider or whatever you're trying to find.
No. Oh, there we are.
The joys of live streams, people. Jeez.
No. Fair play to Blackburn. Yeah, I think that's it. But I guess some of some knowledge weren't Blackburn, but yeah. I mean, I don't know who they have next, but they've started well. I'm not sure they can keep it up. They'll probably spot it at some point. We always do.
John Eustace at the helm. Remember that.
Well, they got Preston next, didn't they? In the derby, and then after that they've got QPR, and that's a good opportunity, I reckon, to win a game. But we'll see. It depends how they do on the weekend first.
Yeah, but they replaced Smollett's well, I guess, and it's showing by the performances. But fair play. I mean, Bristol were not a bad side, but for some reason they've just forgotten how to score at the minute.
Yeah. Are they tickets, Lewis, for Stoke?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
he's back. Oh, no, he's back.
Oh, it's very likely. Don't know why.
Your phone hot?
I don't know, probably.
Yeah, it might be that. But yeah, there you go.
I've got 2 tickets for me and my mate, and I'm be asked to, yeah.
Oh, you know how we're in the mud, man. Seriously. Yeah, let's move on to the next game, which was the last game yesterday. Derby, very, very close on my prediction. I said 2-0. Again, they're
why do
similar.
You keep freezing your stupid fucking phone?
Okay, he's very happy at his phone, as you can tell. But yeah, like I thought it'd be one of them. Derby been very similar to Oxford in the sense of the home games. They've made them count so far this season, you know, and they got a 1-0 win against the Cardiff side, who have been very poor, as we know. Worse. At least you're not as bad as them.
They've not won a game. They've not won a game.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
They've not won a game. They've not won a game.
At least you're not as poor as them. at this moment in
Until
time.
they play Hull in 2 weeks.
Wait, actually, who have they got next? Even though they are poor, who have they got next? Let's have a quick look.
They've got someone and then Hull.
Oh, okay, no, they're in the mud. They got Leeds. They're in the mud.
Leeds, just do us a favour, because we're not going to win. Just make sure we don't go 24.
I mean, the only positive could be it's at home, but Leeds should have enough.
Watch Cardiff go and beat Leeds now, like 1-0 or something.
Yeah, probably. And then everyone starts thinking Leeds are falling apart, especially Lewis. Meanwhile, his team probably still have no points. But anyway.
Hey, we've already got
3, but in the bottom 3. 3 and in the bottom 3. What more could you want?
Right, let me rephrase that. No wins.
The NFL looks very inviting.
But yeah, anyway, back to this game. 1-0 win for Derby. It probably should have maybe scored more, to be honest, in the game. Again, fairly decent goal, played across. Couldn't really miss, really. I mean, Cardiff, they had a few chances, but they don't look great at all, do they? They look very leaky. Obviously, McGuinness left. That was a massive part of their, core of their team. And you are seeing that, in my opinion. Lewis is talking to himself, but yeah.
39, I'm just never going to get back.
He's all mad. He's worrying now. He's proper worrying going into that Stoke game. But yeah, if you got to be worried, in my opinion, if you're a Cardiff fan, surely, Harry.
100%. The best thing about Cardiff at the minute is they can go to the nature and see the sheep.
Bah.
And their only positive is in a couple of weeks they've got Hull. So,
do you know what? Oh, go on, Lewis. Match day vlog for that. Come on.
I don't know if I'm off.
Was it during the week?
No, it's if you know, you know.
Oh yeah. Of course, yeah. If you did that, isn't it? If you know, yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
I'll see about that.
Yeah. As you were saying, Harry.
Yeah, as I was saying, Hull, Cardiff, 2 shit clubs facing each other in a couple of weeks. So one team will have a chance of winning the game finally. And
we'll win a game.
What you mean, draw?
It might be our only win.
What you mean, 0-0 draw?
But we'll win a game.
But yeah, Derby County, roll on. Got some good points on the board, and that's the only one that I've got absolutely wrong so far, where I said they'd finish rock bottom. I don't know why I said that. I should have put Cardiff rock bottom.
Oh, we've got Derby away in about fucking 3 weeks.
Mate, your team's in the mud, bruv.
And we've got Norwich soon.
Tim Walter at the wheel. La. Tim Walter at the wheel. Tim's at the wheel.
Go back to Germany. I want you to go back to Germany. Go back to Germany. I want you to go back to Germany.
Yeah, about this game. Derby good win, but how the heck did they not score again?
Oh no, yeah.
From that good chance, that was just the worst miss probably ever seen. Worse miss than Nicholas Bentner did for Arsenal them years ago.
Yeah.
Worse miss than fucking Marvin Mellem on Friday night.
No, honestly, Lewis. It was shocking, mate.
Lewis is just
that sums right. I know exactly what chance. I nearly forgot to mention that, so it's good you mentioned that. Yeah, their keeper, right? That proves they're in the mud. When a keeper's doing stuff like that, like why is he even coming out that far? It's crazy. I don't understand why keepers do that nowadays. It is ridiculous. It's like it's like I don't know. You've got your little brother to play FIFA, and you've got him to hold the Y button down. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy what they were doing. But
I mean, yeah. It's still not as bad as Ryan Allsop standing in the halfway line and then frigging Wesley Hope for Watford fucking score halfway line.
No, right. Let's not even mention that. Yeah.
And then while that was happening, Luton were getting bad like 4-0 Brentford. I think it was.
Yeah. Cheers. 3-1. But yeah.
Lewis, just remember, mate, you got no wins.
Unless you're about the game at Kenilworth Road. If it's that one, then yeah. it weren't great.
Well,
But anyway, let's not
was-
let's not talk about that. Let's
It was
talk
at
about here and now. Let's talk
Brentford.
about a team that are winless. Let's talk about a team who finally could win. Anyway, but yeah, shocking. No, it was shocking. But who's worse, Lewis? You or Cardiff?
I haven't seen Cardiff play, but probably us.
Oh dear. Is there anything you want to say on the game?
Well, how was he missed? I'll never know for starters. Thank you, Derby, for not letting us go to 23rd at least. It would have been it would have been 24th for a night. And yeah, just
Is that it,
yeah.
Oh dear.
As you can probably tell, I'm done with football at the minute. Unless John Duran is mother and Duran scores. You better not kill the move. Yeah. It's mother when Duran scores.
Fucking hell, Lewis turned into a woman. Jesus Christ.
Oh jeez. Anyway,
He dates men, but sings like a woman.
oh my god. Oh dear. Yeah, no, shocking, mate. Absolutely shocking. Chris says they're finished as a football club. Jeez. Yeah, well, they're looking like it at the moment, mate. Jeez, I'll tell you that. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I guess from a sense of the stadium, obviously they've got the biggest in the championship. They are one of them. They will be, for me, they'll be in the playoff conversation. It's just I don't know if they'll win them personally because they still got quite a young team. And I think when you get to the later stages, I think that might be, what might cost them. Obviously, they've got Roberts, who's quite experienced, but a majority of them are quite young. Plus, his manager, he has done well so far, but again, it's still quite early, so we'll see what it's like. You know what the championship's like. It's going to be soon. There's going to be games pretty much every weekend and midweek and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And some teams will progress in, and get quite far in like the FA Cup and stuff. So it's going to be pretty relentless. So we'll see what happens. But I definitely think they'll be in the playoff shout. There's no questions about that when it comes to that. But yeah, moving on to the last game, which was today, and I mean, I think we all said West Brom win, but not in that manner. Not in that manner at all. Portsmouth, we were saying, that they're one of them teams that actually don't, for me anyway, well, maybe after today, but before that, they didn't deserve to be where they are.
They've still not won.
Oh my God. But anyway, they've got a lot of good draws to start off the season, but their last two games, even though they played good opposition, they've conceded 3 goals, 6 goals overall, back to back at home. It's not great, when it comes to that. And I mean, who else? Who else scored in the first minute? Who else, Harry?
Magic.
Yeah, there you go. And I'll tell you what, though, Moat's goals today, unbelievable. Like both of them. The free kick right at the end, you can say it weren't a free kick or whatever. At the end of the day, the game was done. The game was done anyway. Let's be honest, so it wouldn't make the difference. But 2 unbelievable goals from him. Like I say, a lot of the goals I've seen on the weekend in Premier League and Championship have been unreal. But for me, as much as West Brom won 3-0, this is going to sound crazy, yeah, but I do think in certain aspects they weren't great, especially defensively at times. They were quite sloppy. And Portsmouth, for me, if you're playing a team that are up there and you do them sort of sloppy mistakes, you will be punished, in my opinion. So they did get away with a few little bits for me. And Portsmouth just weren't clinical. And for me, they're learning the reality of the Championship and how hard it actually is. Even though a lot of people had high expectations, i.e. them to stay up, like myself. So it's one of them where you look at it and you think, well, they play a better team. They will definitely concede in that game. But credit to them. Again, obviously they've not been able to bring players in, unless obviously for free and that. And the players they've been able to keep, they've done really well. They've done really well, and there's no reason for me why they can't be, again, another team in that playoff conversation. Obviously, they got in the playoffs last year. No reason why they can't be in that again, especially the way they're firing at this moment in time. Wouldn't you agree with that, Harry?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I've predicted Portsmouth to win, I think. Just for their own form. Thought they played well against some big teams before, and I thought West Brom, you know what, not as good as the other big teams that they played against. And how wrong was I? So, yeah, good win for the Baggies. And Portsmouth still not won a game, like Lewis's Hull. But at least there's positives to take for Portsmouth is in the fact they've had tough games. And, yeah, not a bad start, but they need to get a win sooner rather than later.
Yeah. And, guys, I saw their next 2 games, yeah. They ain't getting a win for me. And again, this is a championship. Anything can happen. But do you know who they've got in the next 2 games? They've got Burnley away and then Sheffield United at home. It's not looking good for Portsmouth. I mean, maybe could get a result out of the game after that, Stoke, but it is away, so I don't know. But
Portsmouth 2-1 win at Burnley. There you go.
Jeez, what was it you said? What was it you said last time we did the championship? Was it QPR to beat Burnley?
QPR with Gareth Ainsworth to go beat Burnley 1-0 in the did.
You know what? Because Harry said it right. I wouldn't put it past. I think they got more chance against Sheffield at home. Sheffield United. Better say Sheffield United because certain fans start crying if you say Sheffield. It's like when you say Dundee United or Dundee, whatever the other one is, they start going all mental. Like I watch the Scottish League every week. But yeah, talk about that. I did watch that today actually. Jack Walton. First time I've actually seen the guy playing goal. He was actually pretty good to be fair, and that was against Rangers, one of the better teams. So. Yeah, that was that on that. But yeah, Lewis, Portsmouth still not quite getting that win, and reality of the championship's kicking in, I guess.
Well, that's a shame, isn't it? But welcome to my life, because fuck yeah, because why not?
It's all right, Lewis.
Let's go to the championship minute. I mean, they probably should have won the game. I know, like we've said it before, but they still haven't, and it could, like, even if they start firing now, it could come the end, because we also about their home form, and in reality, their home form's not been great. It's just one of them, but
they're away from
I keep saying it under the circumstances. Fair play to West Brom. Kick-started well. Maybe can keep up. I mean, then I'll top, I believe.
Yeah.
So fair play to them. I mean, I'm surprised Moat's still there, because I swear last season fucking West Brom fans hated him. But
it's all right. Second chances, redeem yourself.
Oh yes, but we'll see. I mean, do I think West Brom will keep up for much longer? I don't know. But they're going well at the minute, and if they can keep it up, then they may be a wild shout for potential top 2 if they keep it up.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. The next game, like I said earlier, I think it is quite a favourable game for them at home against Plymouth. If it's at Plymouth, then maybe it's a bit more interesting. But I think with the way West Brom have been, it's a good opportunity for them to get some more points there. But yeah, that's all the games. All the games are reviewed from game week 5. So yeah, West Brom go top. Sunderland's winning streak ends. Do you know what I mean? And Luton finally know how to win a game, and hopefully now that continues, for as long as possible, and we get as many wins as possible before the next international break. As for Hull, well, you've got to hope something happens against Stoke, really, ain't you, Lewis?
Oh,
I'm not even
Absolutely
trolling. I'm not
limbs.
even trolling either. I'm being dead serious.
If not, there's Cardiff next.
Oh dear.
Then
But
after Cardiff, I don't know. I think it might be Norwich. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, any final things you want to say, Lewis, before we end it?
We're shit. There's only one good team in fucking Hull, and that's Seahawks at the minute. Off to Chiefs versus Bengals, I go.
There you go. NFL. If you don't know, guys, yeah, he watches that. There's. That's all I've got to say. Harry, any final things you want to say, mate, on anything?
Lewis, bottom of the league in the Championship show points.
Oh
Hull in the bottom, Hull in the bottom three.
That's a good shout. Yeah, I'm not top anymore. See, it didn't last. Harry had a belter week. I thought I had a good week. I got 2 games spot on, but
got 10 points.
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I did have a good week because I got 10 points, like Lewis said, but I don't know. Harry was on it, bro.
Harry got
That
14
Plymouth
points.
that Plymouth win helped him a bit. That Plymouth win helped him a bit, and a few other games. Come on. So yeah, Lewis, you done all right. To be fair though.
7 points, I believe it was.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right compared to the previous weeks where it weren't as good. But it's still quite tight. You know what I mean? Pause. Anyway, right. I think we need to wrap it up now after that. But yeah, any final things you want to say, Harry?
Like I was saying, Lewis, bottom of the league in the Championship show points. Hull in the bottom three, absolutely limbs. No win still, and no win still after Stoke next weekend. Who, of course, we'll come on to that later on in the week.
Someone just skip that out, please, because if we beat Stoke, we come back to this.
So the thing is, I get told what I'm smoking. Like I got told against Plymouth. But clearly I was smoking facts. So there we go. That is sorted. What a weekend. Norwich lose again. Hull lose again. And Luton finally win. It's absolutely brilliant. And yeah, roll on the next games. It's absolutely fantastic. Come on.
But yeah, now we should be back on Thursday for that. Obviously, if both of you guys can do that, I'll do Thursday. So yeah, we'll go from there. Preview all the games. And yeah, shout out to yourself, Chris, in the chat. Been in the whole time. Big up to yourself, mate. Come on, Luton. Big up to yourself, mate. And yeah, on my channel, I'll be back again with the Hat Show tomorrow, around about 6 p.m, where me and Dad will get more into that Millwall one, a bit more into depth.
Just a quick question.
Go on.
Champions League week, isn't it?
Yeah, Champions League Tuesday.
Oh, yes. I don't even know. I think we play Tuesday. I don't even know.
Yeah, you do. You do play Tuesday. I've already seen. Because you play the same day as Liverpool.
Yeah,
it's a weird one. Just on the Champions League, it's a weird one this week because there's games on Thursday as well in Champions League.
Is there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
No. Oh, I'm lagging around at the shop.
Yeah, you are lagging. You are lagging quite a bit. Yeah.
Lagging like Hull City's defence.
Wait, so when do Villa play?
Villa is on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Next. It'll be next week.
Fucking hell! 3 games in a week. Fuck my life.
Well, it should be next week because Liverpool's is next week, and you play the same day as Liverpool.
So. Yeah, it will be then. And let's not be stuck because I'm not going to the shop.
Yeah. So yeah, Hat Show, like I say. But yeah, if you are on my channel, obviously you can see Harry's and Lewis's in the descriptions. Do subscribe to both of them there. And yeah, man, smash a like, all of that, subscribe, all of that. And yeah, until Thursday, we will see you lot in a bit. And on my channel, I'll see you lot tomorrow. So until then, take care.
Just to point out,
fuck the Canaries.
Go on, Lewis.
Just very quickly, not for definite, but if Tyler is possible, be able to help.
For Villa watcher.
Possibly watch them against Young Boys. I think it is Tuesday night.
Yeah, it's Young Boys. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that. If not Tuesday, if not Thursday for the championship show, but I'll have to see.
I've just realised your early kickoff. So yeah, I'll definitely be able to.
Wait, what time?
Yours. Well, I don't know if you'll be able to do it. It's 5:45.
Sound. Getting from work. Straight in the shower. Yeah, I should be.
You know, you might as well. Oh, actually, no, that's going to sound really weird. Anyway, right, let's end it.
I should.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Take 2.
Yeah. Right. Take 2. Right. Smash a like, subscribe, follow all the channels if you're not already. You want to follow me across any of my socials? They're in my description. And yeah, until tomorrow, I'll see you lot in a bit. Thursday, we'll all see you again, and Lewis will see you on Tuesday, hopefully on his channel. And yeah, until next time, take care and peace up the town.
Canaries.